I don't see myself. Why I don't see myself? Okay, there we go. Why this other damn thing talking about this? The video is private. What the freak? It's saying it's private. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can. Oh Jesus Christ! Really? Give me a sound in the mic check. Let me know y'all can hear me. Mic check, 1 2, mic check 1 2. Sound check, all that good stuff. Let me know y'all can hear me. Alright, brother Sight said I'm good. Cool. Can I get a couple more people say I'm cool? You know I gotta get at least about 2 of y'all say y'all can hear me. Then we get on with the show. Amen. Amen. Alright, y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Alright guys, hold on, let me give y'all some shout. Hopefully we have a good show today since the last show. You know, y'all know what? Hold on. Welcome to the Chris Stone Show. I'm all over the place. Welcome to the Chris Stone Show. Alright everybody, what's going on? As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening when you're watching my content. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, last few times I tried to do a stream, we had a little technical difficulties. But since then, I have upgraded the Wi-Fi. So hopefully we will have a smooth stream today. No issues. Everything gonna go pretty damn well today. Got a nice little upgrade, and also got an extender, so we're gonna see how that's gonna work. Right now y'all can hear me, everything's running smooth, right? So y'all can hear me, everything running smooth right now. Just let me know. No drop frames right now, so it looks like we probably have a good one right now. While y'all answer that question, let me give y'all some shout out. Jackie, hey sweetie, how you been? Percolator. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. That's what I'm talking about. What up, neighbor Nisi? What up, Roll 'em out? Jen, hey, sweetie, how you doing? D Leary, a bit of Ebony. What's going on? What's going on? Ebony been making her way over here lately. That's what I'm talking about. Donna. Oh, Donna. Oh, Donna. What's going on? My brother Sykes in the building. What's going on? Who else up missing? Good day, Tina Powers. I don't know you still in the building. My girl Mahogany, always showing me love. Always showing me love. She was in the building. D Leary, if I didn't say you at first. Savannah came in earlier. So Aisha, what's going on? Aisha, I ain't even had to see the notifications time. You in the building. What's going on? Pam Richardson. Hey, what's going on, dear? How you doing? How you doing? All right. So is everything? Bruce I said all cool. So let's get right into it, guys. Let's get right into it. So we tried to do this the other day. We had a lot of problems. I think we're gonna be good today. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at the man right here. Y'all know who this man is. This is William Roddie Bryan. William Roddie Bryan was the guy who recorded the shooting with his truck. So without further ado, guys, let's get into some of these clips that I got, and we're gonna hear from the attorney. The attorney finally said something. And we're going to hear from the GBI as well. So let me switch all over and let's get right into the show. And hopefully we'll be okay from now on because I had to switch internets. But we'll see what happens. Right now it's holding steady, but knock on wood. You know, hopefully nothing else happen. Let's get right into it. And if you haven't, please hit that thumbs up.
we've had a string of burglaries. I was leaving the neighborhood, and I just caught a guy running into a house being built. Two houses.
Now I want y'all to remember that this man said there was a string of burglaries in the neighborhood, but come to find out there was no such thing. And I think you're gonna see it right here. They're gonna say it was no such things as a string of burglaries in this neighborhood. So you know.
This is down from me. When I turned around, he took off running into the house.
Okay. What did he look like?
It's a black male, red shirt, white.
Hey, bossy, what's going on? Anthony Banks, what's going on, brother?
I just want justice for my son. I just want them to pay the price for the crime they did. He didn't deserve that because he was a very good young man. Justice for Ahmad! 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 Run with Ahmad! Run with Ahmad!
We want to, of course, extend our deepest condolences to the Arbery family.
Duck and dodger, man.
We also want to take a moment to thank them. One of the last things you want to do in a circumstance of this nature, a case certainly that's been around for a period of time, is to ask anybody, particularly a victim's family, for patience. It's difficult to do.
Y'all know Vic was the one that was ducking and dodging them questions last time they had the conference. You know, they were asking him tough questions. He was ducking and dodging like a motherfucker. He was definitely ducking and dodging. But I'm going to ask y'all this question again because it looks like we got some new folks in the chat room this time. So let me ask y'all a question again. So y'all heard what the dad said. He said he didn't deserve this. I agree with that. And, you know, he said he's a good boy. Now, y'all know when I tried to first do this, I said, you know, why do we say people was good people when they dead? But a lot of them we treat like shit when they alive. So there has been some videos that came up about Arbery and they was dealing with the police. One with the taser. The taser was an epic fail. You know, don't know what the hell happened with that. Then you had another one where allegedly somebody caught him and some of his compadres trying to steal a TV. So I asked y'all the question the first time, and I asked y'all again. By those video surfacing, and his dad said he was a good boy. Is he really a good boy? Or how do you look at that with these videos that resurfaced? Can you honestly say that he's a good boy? After the videos that popped up, if you've seen them. Or can you say that this man was troubled the whole time? Jen came back with the same answer. She said none of the dirt they had dug up makes me feel like he is a bad person. All right. Simply Awake, how you doing? Good evening. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Y'all welcome Simply Awake. How you doing? Roller Mouse said his family was on Dr. Phil the other day. The episode might be on YouTube or somewhere that you can find it by now because it was like, I did see something about that, but I don't know if Dr. Phil flagged. So I did see that. Oh, Simply Awake, you ain't see the videos? Oh, it been surfing all over the place. There was one video, he got pulled over by the police at a park or something, and he was cussing out the police or whatnot, and the police tried to tase him, but the tase was an epic fail. But I think later on in the video he calmed down though. And then there was another video that surfaced somebody allegedly caught him in Walmart, him and his compadres, trying to steal a flat screen TV. You know, now in that video, he didn't really act so erratic, you know, but you know, these videos are surfing up, and we just heard the daddy say he was a good boy. So we had, if you see that going on, can you really say he was a good child? All right. He said she don't see a trouble, man. Damn, the goddamn chat going fast. I missed a whole lot of shit, what you said. I missed a whole lot of shit that y'all saying. Okay. Yeah, Simply Awake. It's out there, dear. They out there. I seen them. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Again, I just hate when we call people good people when they dead. But a lot of people, when they alive, we treat them like shit. So I'm pretty much sure we all can agree with that. Everybody's a good person when they dead. But why wasn't they a good person in our eyes when they alive? All right, first I'm going to say that. Now, will I go so far as say these videos make them a bad person? No, because we all got a past. We all did some fucked up shit that we ain't proud of. You understand? And a lot of stuff, again, a lot of mistakes we make, I'm going to say this all the time. A lot of mistakes we make, you know, we can rectify them. A lot of mistakes we make, we can bounce back from it. But of course, a lot of mistakes that we make will be the last mistake that we ever made, meaning death. We can make that one big mistake and death occurs and you can't even make no mistakes anymore because you're gone. Amen. So even though those videos surface, you know, I don't know what point they're trying to prove by them videos surfing up, other than he had some fucked up shit that he done. Or people trying to prove he not as innocent as he seen. Well, hell, you want to go by that? We all pretty much ain't innocent as he seen because we done a lot of fucked up shit. You know, I done a lot of fucked up shit. But lucky for me, I'm still here and I can rectify a whole lot of shit that I made a mistake on. Amen. There's a lot of things that I have rectified. And I became the man that I am today. All right. Now, am I a perfect gentleman? None at all. I still make mistakes today. How many times y'all looked at something and say, I know if I do this, I'm going to be fucking up. But it could be that small chance that if I do this, I can succeed and get away with it. How many of y'all been in that mindset before? You look at something and you just sit there fighting with yourself. Do I do it? I hope I get away with it. Or do I do it and have a fucked up reaction? Jen said, I see more than just his mom and dad saying he is a good guy too. There's an interview with his best friend, an article where his football coach talking about it. I haven't seen that video. If you got that video, please send it to me. I'd love to see that one. Brother Sykes said, many people have fucked up, but none of it would matter if we are dead. Absolutely right, brother. People are just looking to justify what was done is hypocrisy, okay? Simply Wake say to follow him and notify the cost of a suspect is one thing, but to take the law in your hands as a vigilant act is premeditated murder. Okay. Jack said, let's be honest. What's the chance this would have happened if he were white? Yeah, people are asking that question too, and it's kind of hard to answer because he's not white. So, he's a, hey Chris, is the line open? I have a story that's similar to what you are referring to now. Yeah, I'll open it up later on. You want to talk? I'll open it up later on. Boston says, so they don't have a pass. I bet they have done worse. Yes, a lot of us have done worse. So, you know, so that's the point I'm trying to make. You know, I mean, we all got a pass, and just these videos coming up about him, you know, doesn't make him a bad person, or he just a young man, just like a lot of us were young. We done shit that was fucked up. And, you know, it wasn't nice what we did, and we got in trouble for it. And that's all there is to it. So, all right. So his attorney has spoke out. Well, no. I want y'all to hear this right here, because his attorney said something about him taking a polygraph. So let's see what he's talking about right here.
Welcome back. And tonight, activists lashing out at the man who shot video of Ahmad Arbery getting shot. They say he is trying to make himself the victim. See,
in this video right here that I found, his attorney gonna say something about he took a polygraph and something about he passed a polygraph or some shit like that. I don't know. I was trying to bring this up in the last show, but I cut the video so we can listen to it right now. So let's go.
46's Haley Mason has more.
William Roddie Bryan has admitted he is the man who followed Greg and Travis McMichael as they gunned down Ahmad Arbery on February 23rd. Bryan recorded the video on his cell phone. Today, his attorney Kevin Goff says Bryan is in hiding and facing threats. Goff begged the Arbery legal team to stop mentioning Bryan as a part of Arbery's murder, and they're responding.
We were not the first people to accuse Roddie of being involved. That was the McMichaels. In the police...
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? He's right. They ain't the first person who accused this man. The McMichaels put him in there. The McMichaels said he was the one that recorded the video. It wasn't them.
Report, they said Roddie blocked him off. They said he took part in this chase.
Bryan's attorney says the man has taken a polygraph test that's been sent to the GI, although not admissible in court. He claims it proves that Bryan was unarmed the day of the shooting. Goff said in a statement to CBS 46, Bryan did not have any conversation with either Gregory or Travis McMichael prior to the shooting, nor did he with anyone else that day prior to the shooting about any criminal activity in the neighborhood. Bryan is not now and has never been more than a witness to the shooting and bears no criminal responsibility in the death of Ahmad Arbery.
Ahmad Arbery is actually dead because of his actions. The attempt to reverse roles and make himself the victim is offensive to this family. Ahmad Arbery's mother called me enraged about his comments because of his actions.
The Atlanta NAACP today called for an investigation into the alleged history of inequality and racial bias in the criminal justice systems in Glenn and Waycross, Georgia circuits.
We have seen that even with video capturing, the prosecution of killers is not a guarantee in America where the victim is African American.
Arbery family attorneys say they want the police officer, Robert Rash, who sent a text message to the homeowner, to be investigated. They are also amplifying calls for William Bryan to be arrested and charged as an accessory. Reporting at the GBI headquarters, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.
CBS 46's continuous coverage of the Ahmad Arbery death investigation lives on the free CBS 46 streaming app. You can see it there 24/7. It's available, the app is, for Apple and Android users.
All right. So now we heard that, you know, he took a polygraph test, but I guess at the time the polygraph was either sent off or they didn't have the results of the polygraph. So maybe that's another reason why they came and got him, because maybe he failed the polygraph. I had no idea. But the main reason why I wanted to play that video, because, again, like the man said, they're not the one who said he was there. Your buddies, your compadres, they said you was there. They said you was the one in the car. They said you was the one that did the video. So why is everybody looking at them? And I'm guessing if the man Marcus haven't said nothing, then I guess Roddie probably wouldn't be in trouble right now. But then again, who knows? Who knows? But that's why I want to play that video, because I want y'all to hear what he said. We didn't put you there. Your boys put you there. Amen? Your boys put you there. And if y'all haven't already, please hit that thumbs up for your boy. And we're gonna get it. We're gonna keep this thing moving. We're gonna keep this thing moving. It's something else that I want to show y'all. Okay, let me show y'all this right here.
Yeah, Jeannie, that top story tonight, the shooting death of Ahmad Arbery. As we continue our coverage, we know that Arbery was a 25-year-old man shot to death while running down a street in a suburban Brunswick neighborhood. Well, today, a third person charged with murder related to Arbery's death, William Roddie Brown, appeared in...
Look at that. Look who's in there. Look who making their first court appearance. William Roddie. Now, the reason I'm stopping and saying that, because we saw the conference between him and the guy from CNN. And his attorney wasn't helping him at all in that interview. As a matter of fact, again, he made him look more guilty than anything. Okay, so me personally, again, his attorney to me is not going to be a big help for him in this case. I think his attorney going to fuck this whole thing up. Okay, how you going to do an interview trying to clear your client's name, but this man asking him simple questions that you won't even allow him to answer? This is a grown ass man. If this man right here want to clear his name, let the man talk. He was pretty much asking him yes and no questions, and you butt in every time. And he asks you, I mean, what you got to hide, man? Shit, you try to clear his name? Let this man talk.
Court. Bryan recorded the now viral video of Arbery's death and is now charged with criminal attempt to commit false imprisonment along with felony murder. Now, Greg and Travis McMichael, father and son, are also charged with murder in Arbery's death. And this video that you're about to see here, this is of law enforcement searching Bryan's home last night. We're told that they were there for about 2 hours. On Your Side's Troy Class has been following this case from the very beginning and is taking a look tonight at why prosecutors decided to charge Bryan. But we want to start with Kaylee Tracy, who was at that court appearance. Kaylee.
William Roddie Bryan sits in jail tonight. He does not have a bond set yet.
Jay in the building. What's going on, my brother? Jen asked a good question. She said, can Roddie's lawyer prove that he wasn't helping them, that he was just watching and recording, because the evidence sure seems to show he was helping them in markets and participate? Jen, good question, because one of the reasons he was arrested because they say he unlawfully tried to detain Arbery with his truck. That was unlawful. You're not supposed to do that. Just as well as the McMichaels, for what we're hearing, was in no position to do citizen arrest because you didn't catch Arbery in the act of doing anything malicious. You didn't catch Arbery in the act of stealing anything. You didn't catch Arbery in the act of robbing anybody, raping them, or doing anything. All right? So that's a good question, Jen. Can he prove that?
Later date. Earlier today, he appeared via video conference for his first appearance. His attorney was inside the courthouse here for that first appearance.
A right to remain silent.
Y'all see what Percolator said? Y'all take a look at what Percolator said. And that's one of the same things I say. Now, I catch some of y'all comments. Now, I may not catch all of them, even though they on the screen, but it's small as hell on the screen. I can't see that shit, goddammit. But I can look over here, and I can catch some of y'all comments. Look what Percolator just said. If he was so innocent, why didn't he provide the video himself the day did it happen?
Can be used in evidence.
A judge read William Roddie Bryan his rights through a video conference Friday as Bryan stood on the other end of the stream, handcuffed in an orange jumpsuit for his first appearance. He's charged with felony murder and criminal attempt to commit false imprisonment connected to the death of Ahmad Arbery.
I represent Roddie Bryan, a witness to the tragic shooting death of Ahmad Arbery.
And this man here, I swear, he would not ever represent me unless the state or court appoint him to me. That's the only way he'd represent me. But that conference call, whatever the fuck that was just god awful. That was awful.
Mr. Bryan has committed no crime and bears no criminal responsibility.
Hey Sylvia, how you doing?
Bryan's attorney maintains his client's innocence.
It's been a while. How you been,
Bryan turned himself in Thursday at the request of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. No bond was set in court Friday. A Superior Court judge will decide bond at a later date.
It feels like the only thing that has changed since February 23rd or May 8th with respect to Roddie Bryan are the changing political winds.
Goff says he filed a motion for a speedy trial Friday. My colleague Troy Kless has more on Bryan's arrest warrants.
Thank you, Kaylee. Now, some may have wondered why the man who shot the video of Arbery's death is being charged. Well, I spoke with an Atlanta defense attorney who says that he is wondering why the GBI would pursue that felony murder charge along with the attempt to commit false imprisonment. He says he's not sure what grounds there are for the second charge, but said that means that the GBI likely has more information than what they released this morning.
Y'all heard that? The GBI may have more information what they released this morning. And guys, I am going to play the whole conference with them talking. I ain't heard the conference yet, but y'all know a lot of these videos, I don't hear them. I share them with y'all. And again, we talk together and I feed off what y'all saying in the chat room. Now there go my boy Vic. You got to love Vic. That's a duck and dodging man. All right. But see, the reason I stopped, because you remember the first time I played that conference, And people was asking them, you know, but they a lot of people asking questions as if they believe that the GBI know more than what they leading the public on to know. And I believe the same thing. And I understand maybe certain stuff that they can't say right now, but y'all know more than what's going on. And as a matter of fact, y'all knew. I believe y'all just sitting back bird watching until there one critical point hit, which was the video. All y'all flew out the bushes. How many of y'all agree?
Director Vic Reynolds speaking on Roddie Bryan's arrest. Despite his claims of innocence,
Hey,
Reynolds
Deborah.
says
Hey,
they
Precious.
found
What's up, baby?
probable
How you
cause
doing?
to arrest Bryan on Thursday.
If we believed he was a witness, we wouldn't have arrested him.
Bryan's warrant for attempt to commit false imprisonment states Bryan tried to detain Arbery using his vehicle multiple.
Bryan tried to detain Arbery and use his vehicle multiple occasions during the above time frame with the intention of confining and detaining Arbery, which I'm assuming that's illegal down there where they are. So people want to know why he's arrested? You just got your answer right there.
A police report states that Bryan tried to intercept Arbery while he was being chased by Travis McMichael and Greg McMichael. This was before Bryan took this cell phone video of Arbery being shot. Atlanta defense attorney Thomas Nagel questions whether the law against detaining someone applies in this case.
Unless you're in a one-car garage and you pull your car right in front and you block, the person from leaving. If you're walking down the street and a car pulls up, you can run off the sidewalk behind the house. You're not being detained.
The GBI said Friday morning the evidence supports their theory that Bryan's actions contributed to Ahmad Arbery's death.
Coming up at 6, the GBI explains again the specific reason why they decided to pursue those charges against Bryan. We're live in Brunswick tonight. Troy Kless, First Coast News on your side.
Troy and Kaylee, thank you very much for that coverage. And be sure to check on firstcoastnews.com for the latest on this case. There we have all this information for you, breaking down the latest on this case and also links that show the timeline of events leading up to Arbery's death. Yeah, Jeannie, that top story tonight, the shooting death of a...
All right. Dog Paul, hey, sweetie. How you doing? Glad you're here. How about that? So let me ask y'all a question, which this is a rhetorical question, but I'm trying to interact with y'all, so I'm gonna ask y'all a question anyway. How many of y'all agree that he contributed to this man's death? And I'm gonna have a sip of water, cause I know it take a minute, 30 seconds or a minute so for y'all catch up. So how many of y'all feel like he contributed to this man's death? And y'all doing good with the lights. We got one thumbs down, but I don't give a fuck. Donna says she agree. Aisha say absolutely. Hitman Jay say he agree. Boss say agree. Pamela say agree. Look at all them agrees. Damn. Seven Wake said her. Princess said me. Percolator say I agree. Okay. I don't know, but he knows more than he tell. Okay. Sibby says she agree. All these agrees, and Auntie Nieces the only one that got different. Dog Paul said, I don't know. I didn't see all of it. Just got here. Well, it wasn't nothing really to see, Dog Paul. If you saw the original video, all right, let me catch you up there. Let me catch you up. William Roddie was arrested because I just saw a piece of the affidavit, and anybody got the Jen, if you can find the arrest warrant, I'll read that out to everybody. But what we just saw in the arrest warrant, one of the reasons he was arrested was because he multiple times used his car to block in Arbery, what they call it detained, to block him in, and they did that unlawfully. He's not lawfully to do that. He's not supposed to have done that. So he's arrested because pretty much they saying he is accomplice to the man's murder. All right. And Jen, again, you good with finding all this stuff. If you can find me the affidavit or the warrant, please do, dear. And I will read it out loud to the people before we get out of here. Mr. Chris, do you have super chat? I do, but I don't enable it because YouTube takes a percentage of it. And I really don't do this for money. I don't. But however, though, anybody who chooses to donate, you can do it via Cash App or PayPal. Now, if you want one of those, Dog Power will put it up in there. And you click one of them links there. And whatever you give, I greatly appreciate it. Amen. I greatly appreciate it. Did I see my man London link up in there? Yes, sir. What's up? What's up, boy? How you doing, man? How you doing? All right, let me take a small break. And Anthony said he wants to come in. Let me see. Can I open up my I have to call it the Hangout link. What I'm finna open up? What that damn thing called? Oh, StreamYard. Okay. Let me open the StreamYard and anybody wanna hop on and say something, I'll let you hop on. So let me get this straight real quick. Yo, all right, cool. All right, this is how we're gonna do this. This is how we're gonna do this. Anybody want to hop on and say something? Send me an email to this right here. And I will send you the link to hop on and let's talk. And whoever asked me about the money thing, they go Dog Paul. She put all my stuff up in there right now. Well, I don't think she got my yeah, she got my Cash App. There you go right there. They go all the donation stuff right there in there. And she's gonna put it in there every now and again. So anybody who wanna donate to the show, you're more than welcome to. Anything you give, like I said, it'll be greatly appreciated. All right. So again, they go my email up in there. You wanna hop on? Send me an email. I'll send you the link, and you can hop on and holler at your boy. Holler at your boy. So all right, guys, let's listen to Roddie's attorney. He spoke on this, and let's see how he really feels.
Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Goff. I represent Roddie Bryan, a witness to the tragic shooting
King guys getting a bit.
Ahmad Arbery. Mr. Bryan has committed no crime and bears no criminal responsibility in his death. Roddie passed a polygraph examination that effectively exonerates him of any criminal responsibility in this matter. Notwithstanding the arrest of Mr. Bryan, however,
let me ask a question, because I heard a lot of times that the polygraph test is not admissible in a lot of places, but I don't know how it is in Georgia. So if it is admissible in Georgia, if he did pass it, then makes me really wonder what's really going on here. Now, did they really get him because he tried to detain him, or just like Truth Out Loud said, he came to my show last time? Are they getting these people because of the public outcry and they pacifying us?
And the hardship that he and his family must now endure, Roddie and I remain sympathetic to the Arbery family and to their quest for justice for their
You should
son.
be able to, Anthony Banks.
From day
You
one,
should be. You
Mr.
should
Bryan
be able to.
has fully cooperated with law enforcement officers investigating this matter. He has never wavered in that regard. There are few things more difficult for a criminal defense lawyer to do, especially in Southeast Georgia, than to put trust in a prosecutor and police officer that one has never met or even spoken with. Without
Now, hold on,
going
wait. Now I got to debunk them on that. Now the thing is, they don't need to put trust in you, because again, dude, that interview you did with the old boy on CNN, that was horrible, man. You had Roddie looking like a big ass kid on there, man. No, if it was anything, I won't trust you. Okay? And if it is the prosecutor you don't want to trust, I say both of y'all, dude, you did a horrible job trying to clear your client name. I wouldn't trust you.
As these matters may need to be addressed by motion at the appropriate time, it feels like that
my
trust
bad,
is
y'all, my
broken.
bad.
As the old saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. In response to the statement made by GBI Director Vic Reynolds this morning, with all due respect, from our perspective, it feels like the only thing that has changed since February 23rd or May 8th with respect to Roddie Bryan or the changing political winds. But we will not rush to judgment. While we may disagree strongly about several things, we have great respect for the District Attorney, Joyette Holmes, and
All
GBI
right,
Director
Precious
Vic
says she
Reynolds.
want to come up, so
We share
let me
their
send you
belief
the
that
link.
this case be
Hold
tried
on.
in the courts rather than
Let me
courts
send
of
Precious the
public
link.
opinion. Following their lead, we will not be disclosing evidence in this matter to the media, nor will we respond to the seemingly endless stream of false and misleading information put out there. However, there are several things that need to be said. First, we agree with the Arbery family that justice delayed.
All right, Precious, I sent you the link. I'm gonna look in a minute, see who all in the back, and y'all just be patient. Let me get through with this attorney speaking, and I'll bring y'all in.
Is justice denied. And I will not sit idly by as my client is held in lockdown for his own personal safety 23 hours a day in a tightly confined space for the next 18 months.
Wait. So if you're gonna go by what you just said, sir, then here's the thing. Here's my thing with that. I understand your concern for your client, but what about when they say he tried to do that to Arbery? He tried to box him in.
He will not survive. He will lose his house. He will lose his car. He will lose everything unless released on bond. Accordingly, we are this day filing a constitutional demand for speedy trial. As a solo practitioner without so much as a secretary, this case poses a great many challenges. I have expressed those concerns to Mr. Bryan. I have assured him, however, that we will be ready for trial by July 4th, Independence Day. To that end, I have promised him that we will go ahead and start filing motions on his behalf, notwithstanding the current judicial emergency. He has my word that I will complete and file at least one motion each day on his behalf until that process is complete. We expect to be ready to hear motions by June 12th. Second, we also agree with the Arbery family that this case should proceed forward despite the pandemic. These are challenging times, to be sure, and the risks are very real. But the indefinite suspension of the right to trial by jury would be contrary to our Constitution. We understand that the March term grand jury was in fact impaneled and stands ready to hear this case. We expect that they will have a great many questions about the handling of this case by the police and prosecutors alike, as well as the shooting itself. The grand jury room is too small for social distancing, but the jury assembly room, just down the hall, is quite large. If it would help expedite matters and assist the Honorable District Attorney Joyette Holmes, Mr. Bryan may even be willing to waive presentation of his case to the grand jury and proceed on accusation. In fact, we could even go a step further. We don't need to spend weeks picking a jury in this case. Why don't we just agree right now to go ahead and take the first 12 jurors out of the box? Roddie and I are quite comfortable with having this case tried this summer by the good people of Glenn County. As I have said before, the facts of this case are really not all that complicated.
What up, Dom?
This should not be a lengthy trial.
Dom?
However, there are a variety of challenging legal issues surrounding the prosecution of Mr. Bryan in this matter. It has been said, hard cases make bad law, and this may well prove to be just such a case. Preliminary research suggests that there is no precedent in Georgia law for the prosecution of Mr. Bryan. This is a groundbreaking prosecution, a substantial extension of the existing law. These charges, if sustained, constitute a substantial expansion of criminal liability in Georgia that many, in the fullness of time, will likely find troubling. On March 13, 1964, 28-year-old Kitty Genovese was stabbed outside the apartment building across the street from where she lived. The New York Times, in admittedly flawed coverage, reported that 38 witnesses saw or heard the attack, but none of them came to her aid. Now known as the bystander effect, or Genovese syndrome, the incident remains a subject of academic research and fodder for psychology textbooks to this day. I implore prosecutors to consider the possible unintended consequences of the prosecution of Mr. Bryan. Does this prosecution serve the broader cause of justice? Or will this prosecution help victims in Georgia? Or will it, in the long run, leave victims in Georgia more vulnerable? Thank you.
Just one question. To be direct,
We're not going there.
But the arrest
Okay, I have.
He ducking and dodging again.
I made my statement. I have court in a few minutes. I got to go do
He
that.
ducking and dodging
If you
again.
wanna send
I'm
me
not finna go
questions,
there.
I can
I'm not finna go there.
No, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Mr. Roddie Bryan turned himself in yesterday at the request of the GBI.
But then also the arrest
Okay, he turned himself in.
Okay.
he multiple times tried to
Now you're asking me to get into the facts that the GBI refused to do. What I'm telling you is that we agree with the GBI, who gave their statement this morning, that they're not going to discuss the facts in this case, nor are we going to do that. Thank you. Thank you.
Information that they are saying that he was trying multiple times to block with his
Very much
vehicle.
appreciate your help, but
I can't get mad at him though. He came in and said what the fuck he got to say. I'm getting on down. I don't want to deal with you motherfuckers. I guess I don't blame him. In a sense, I don't blame him. He said, fuck y'all. I don't want to deal with you motherfuckers. I want to say what I got to say, get the fuck on down, and that's exactly what he did. So what y'all think about that? Y'all heard the man speak, and I'm going to bring Precious in. Hey, dear, what's going on?
Hey, Chris. You look. You already know how I look. I have sea moss on my face because I'm doing the
you ain't showing on screen no way.
The sea moss.
You ain't showing on screen no way. I go on
Yeah,
to see
so
you.
that's why I was in the back. I'm like, you ain't see, but hey, it's me. But no, like they don't care about our young black males. Like they really, really don't. And I don't jump on panels, but I have a 14-year-old son. And when I tell you every day, I raise my son to know I don't care what the white people say, the police, when they put your hands up, white, black, whatever, Chinese, you put your hands up. But when you chasing somebody down and hampering them from leaving, from avoiding the situation, no, that's wrong. That is wrong. Yeah, you are not supposed to do that.
Yeah, according to what they said down there.
You are not.
Yeah, they had no authority to do that. So and then unless they had caught him in the act, then yes, they had authority to do it. But we learned that they didn't catch him doing anything, so they were doing this at their own accord. So that's one of the reasons why they're getting in trouble. So I hear you on Never. And my man DJ Smooth would have been him. Man, that's my co-host. I ain't seen him in a while. I'm glad you in the chat room, brother. How you doing? But go ahead, dear. Speak on it. Speak on it.
And then another thing about it brings you back to with Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. Once again, he was on, George Zimmerman was on the phone with the police, the ambulance, the 911 operator, I'm sorry. And they were telling him, do not get out the car and chase him.
Right.
And what did he do?
He chased him.
He got out the car and chased him.
Yeah.
Like, it's a difference between civilian arrest when you catch somebody in an act versus when you hampering somebody from leaving and avoiding confrontation from you. That's bullying. That's aggressive. That's being very aggressive and amplifying the situation. I'm sorry.
No, you fine. Go ahead. Speak your mind. Speak your mind. I want you to speak your mind.
Yes.
I want you to speak your mind.
Yes, go ahead.
Did you hear what?
No, that was my daughter.
Oh, sorry. Well, if she got something to say, she can say something too.
No, no, she's okay. She'll take it.
Okay,
some crackers.
Okay. So let me ask you this: Did you hear this attorney? Did you hear this when you was in the back? Did you hear him?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what made me pop out.
Okay.
Like all of it, because I'm like, I put the sea moss on my face so tight right now, and I'm like, I have to get in on this conversation. We have to watch our African American sons and daughters. We have to watch our kids. These people do not care about our kids. Look at this. I don't want to say the word on your panel because I don't want you to get flagged. But look at this virus that's going around. They want our kids to go back to school. Like, how can I trust one day you telling me I have to wear a face mask and then the next day you telling me it's okay for my kids to go back to school? How can I trust anything you say? I can't.
That's a good question right there. I didn't even know they were sending people back to school down here.
Yeah, like school year. But you heard that they said in New York, I think it's New York, because I'm from New Orleans. Of course, you know, in New York, they have another virus that's affecting younger kids, like 5, and you know, like the younger grade kids. So, if I'm mistaken, my husband told me that Donald Trump had let release the man who had came out with, who was over the stuff about with the schools and telling them that it wasn't safe to send the kids back to school. He had released him of his duties to where he's not able to say that. So when schools start, we still walking around with face masks now. How when schools start, I'm going to be able to trust for my son to go back to school? Thank God my oldest is 21. Then I have an 18-year-old, but my youngest is 14. He's going to be in high school. But what about these people, little kids? How can you trust this? Then you want to give our kids all these shots? We have to watch our kids. And until they're old enough to really watch themselves, we have to watch them. And even when they're old enough to watch themselves, we still have to watch them. Because as you see, they could get shot down in the street and we can't get any justification for it.
Well, I know down here in Memphis, I think the school is officially out, and a lot of them was doing their courses online. Now, I don't know what they talking about in the next school year. If Spencer listening, maybe she can talk to me about that. But go ahead, dear. Go ahead.
Well, no, that's what they were saying. They were saying for next school year, they're looking at opening up and just practicing the social distancing.
That's right, Donna.
And I'm like,
hold on, I forgot. Donna do. I got somebody in the chat room that do. No, you good. I got somebody that do work in the school system. Donna, you need to email me and bring you up, because I forgot you work in the school system. You tell me what's going on down in your neck of the woods. Let people hear your voice. If you need my email, I'll put it back up in there. You can email me and I'll send you the link. I forgot you actually work in the school system. And any one of y'all in there working the school system, come on up here and talk to me. Let me know what's going on with that. But go ahead, dear. You got the flow. Go ahead.
Exactly. And no, I don't want to take over your show. I just came up to tell you that I love watching, and I am so glad I chimed in and saw you. I have to get ready to go and wash this sea moss on my face, so I'm gonna be in the chat, still listening. But I'm here for you, and you are doing an exceptional job, my handsome Chris Owens.
Well,
and I'm gonna stay calling you my handsome Chris. All right, I'm gonna talk to you.
Well, I appreciate it, because you're right. I ain't never heard you jump on nobody's panel, so it's an honor to even hear your voice on a panel. You don't jump on nobody's panel, so
I do not panel, but I could feel this, and this really hits home because, like I said, I have a 14-year-old son, and I worry about my son every day. He leave out to go and ride his bike, and I worry about telling him about just be careful because he's tall. He's like 5'8", but I'm 5'3", so. Of course, he's a boy, and his dad is 6'1", so of course he's gonna be tall. This little boy's in a size 12 shoe. Chris, you laughing? It's not funny.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
And I'm like, you have to be careful. So if anything happens, drop your bike, raise your hands up.
Yes.
That's all you can.
Amen.
That's all you can do. Do not fuss. Do not put up a fight because I'm going to go to bed behind my son. And I know I would.
There you go.
I will go to bed. I'm going to drop on down so I can wash this sea moss on my face.
Well, you go ahead, dear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much.
I say thank you, sea moss. Thank you, Chris, for having me up.
No problem. Not a problem at all. All right, guys, you want to get on the show, do like she did. I just put my email in there. Send me an email, and I will send you the link to get on the show. If you're having a problem with the link getting on the show, I will email you a number that you can call, and you can have your voice heard on this show as well. And my man, Brother Smooth, man, if you want to come in, brother, I know people who know you, man, would love to hear your voice, man. It's been a long time. But, she's absolutely right. I agree with a lot of what she said, especially about watching your own children. But I'm like this. I'm not going to say just black. Everybody need to watch their children, okay? And, hey, whatever happens, I'm in agreement with that, man. Look, throw your hands up. Don't take the law in your own hands. Don't take court in your own hands, man. Put your hands up, all right? Put your hands up. And if the cops is wrong, fight the shit in court. All right, call your mama, call your daddy, call whoever. I ain't fight that shit in court because again, a lot of us is losing our lives to police because we being ignorant, or we're trying to show the police that we ain't no bitch, or we're trying to show the police how much we hate them. And I promise you, that's not the way to go. Seriously, that's not the way to go, man. Stop trying to take court in the street. Stop trying to handle law in the street. Man, you know what I'm saying? Get your recorders or whoever with you who got these phones. If these cops fucking up out here, which a lot of them have been lately, at least you will have your video recording showing that they fucking with you and not the other way around. So I agree wholeheartedly when she said that. What up, soldier girl? How you doing? I agree with her wholeheartedly when she said that, because if I had a son, a biological son, or if I had a biological daughter, don't sit up there and talk shit. Hey, do that shit. I'm not moving my hands. Blah, blah, and blah, blah. All right? Hold on, guys. This is my man, Brother Smooth. Hold on. Brother Smooth. What's going on? Hold on, let me plug you in, man. All right, say something for me.
1 2 1 2.
Oh man, this is a good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is my man, brother GJ C Smooth, who is in the chat room with y'all just a few minutes ago. This man right here has been holding it down with me. This is my co-host. We haven't seen him in a minute, and to see this man pop up and got him on the phone right now, man, I feel blessed and honored to have this man back, or at least to hear his voice for the day. So go ahead, brother, talk to us, man. What's been going on with you?
Oh man, it's like I don't know where to start right now, but just like the work's been hectic, and I've been working on music a lot more. The thing is, I had to get back here, talk to the people here, and like get here with some of these issues that we've been talking about here. And like the last case was this young man who was chased and killed for no reason. It breaks my heart, because when is this nonsense gonna stop? And if anything goes, like, you know, Chris, you and I can talk about this to the day we die, until the cows come home or when the rapture comes. This system is flawed, and the system is jacked up. But in this case, you know, all of us need to continue to talk about these things. We need to raise our voices, but most of all, we have to do everything the right way, so that way none of us can keep dying the way that this man has died, which is wrong, man.
And it is another tragic incident, man. And you know, you got some people that agree with this. You got some people say, you know, this was Arbery's fault, and you know, and I get it. I see both sides of the coin, you know, because my main big thing, if you've seen the video, is why would you run at that man? He got that big ass shotgun. I don't know why he did that, but everybody got the points that they made on that as well, and I see both sides of that, man. But me personally, like my man Truth Out Loud said on the show he came on with me, he said he could have took off and ducked behind some of the houses or something. I said, yeah, he probably could have done that. I probably would have done that too. But you know, his frame of mind probably wasn't like that at the time. He probably had that rush. He had that anxiety attack. He just went in for the kill, man. And that little choice he made ended his life, brother. What do you feel about that?
Well, I feel this way about me, brother. Yes, we both can say how we feel about it, because all of us are going to have opinions about it no matter what. But we can only go by what we see. Now, they're showing like all these different videos of him being at the house where there's nobody inside, there's nothing being stolen, like nothing was tampered with. But then the next thing you see is that this young man being chased by like people to where they're pulling out shotguns out of clear blue. And the way I see it is this, though, it's like, okay, what's the real reason why did you do what you had to do? You weren't threatened. The young man was jogging from what we saw. What comes to my mind is like the R word, but you already know what that's going to be. But I can look at it from only one way. The man didn't have to die.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
if you think about it, if the situation was reversed, I can guarantee you that young man will probably where he is right now. Going to be like buried and going to have like a memorial series for something, or like at a young age where he really didn't have a chance to live his life the way that a lot of us do.
Right. And I agree with you, brother. The only thing I can see he did wrong in this one, that he truly did wrong, that maybe he was trespassing if they construct the house. And I'm going to always say that, you know, that's the only thing he did wrong was trespassing. But you can even hear the police call. The lady asked him, you know, okay, what else was he doing besides that? Was he not supposed to be at the house? What else did he do? and the man couldn't even answer that question. He started talking about something else. You know, so if Arbery wasn't supposed to be there, okay, we'd give him that. You know, he probably wasn't supposed to be there. But all this this extra shit, you know, Roddie allegedly tried to block him in, and this, that, and the third, you know, I mean, damn, was it really that serious?
Bro, I believe it wasn't really that serious for them to do what they did. And that, okay, you know, the telephone call lets them know. Whatever you do, don't follow that person that you're supposed to call for because you don't know if they're armed or they're unarmed. Number one. Then number two, knowing that they had a plan to either kill that man or like they just had a plan to shoot him, whatever. We don't know because we don't know what lurks in the minds of like all these acting evil men and evil women in this world. Point blank. But at the same time, we have to look at it like you're saying though. It's like, okay, if he was trespassing, okay, you can get him for that, but at the same time, as you can see in the video from what we saw, nothing was stolen and nothing was harmed at all. Nothing was moved or anything. But from what we've seen, that a guy getting chased with a shotgun, then someone blocks him in to where like he having a scuffle to where like he's now definitely fighting for his life. And then next thing you know, the shots rang out and someone's dead, but 2 other people or 3 other people are still alive. That ain't a good look.
Now, what do you think about this, Brother Smooth? They claimed that it was a string of robberies in their neighborhood, but then kind of find out as they dug into the story, they say no such thing happened. Why you think they put that out there, man, and no such thing happened?
I believe they put it out that way, Chris, is that they have to say something to make it look like they had to do something when they know that they didn't have to do anything. They didn't really follow the law. All they did was do vigilante justice for what we saw. But then the news have to say something, or like whoever is giving the stories or the account of what happened, they have to tell you something. It doesn't mean that they're going to tell you the truth about what happened, but they got to tell them something. I believe in my heart of hearts is this. They wanted to use smoke and mirrors to let it be known that there were racist men that wanted to kill somebody in a state that wasn't in there, someone that was in their neighborhood that didn't need to be there, or they felt they didn't need to be there.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this one last question. Yes, Soldier Girl, and I got your email. I sent you the link, so you go ahead and pop on in. I'll see you in a minute. Let me ask you this, man. My man Truth Out Loud, he's another YouTuber. He came on to the show, and he made a good point. And let me tell you tell me what you think about this. Do you think they arrested him because they really feel like they did something wrong, or you think they arrested him because of the public outcry and they pacifying us? How you feel about it? What do you think?
To me, Chris, it probably was public outcry because if you think about it, okay, all the situations that we talked about, all the video that we've been seeing, if nobody would have said anything and just let it go at the pace that it would have went, there would be a good possibility that those 3 men would get off. So knowing that the public saying, you know what, enough is enough. People that are getting killed for no reason. One killer is being killed way more than another one is. Somebody had to say something, or should we say the community had to say something. And it's good that everybody came together the way that they did to say, you know what, no, these people don't need to get away with what they did because it was wrong, number one. Then number two, if we would have had the guns and they would have killed somebody, you already know we would have been arrested within 2 seconds flat. And we're under a jail cell or even facing a death penalty. So in this case, I believe in my heart of hearts, yes, it was the public outcry that made it happen quickly.
All right, brother. Well, that's all the question I got for you, man. I give you the floor. You want to say something last? I see somebody on the back end on my stream, y'all. I'm gonna get to him in a minute. Oh, we got 2 people. Okay, I'm get to one of them in a minute. And but I'm glad you called in, brother. Glad we get to hear your voice, man. Hopefully we can start back hosting the show again. And me and you and Spencer, you know, Spencer been holding it down, man. You know, I want you to meet her. That one right there tickles the shit out of me, boy. I'm telling you. and the audience loves her. The audience loves her. She might be listening now. But anyway, brother, those are the questions I got for you about the case, man. You got something you want to add on to it, brother? I give you the flow. And other than that, man, I'll bring these other people in, man.
Yeah, I'll make this quick, man, because I'm still at work right now, but I just want to at least talk to the people and talk to you and like let y'all guys know that the House Lord has returned.
My man.
So in this case here, if I can jump in the chat room, I will be there. If I can jump online like I'm jumping on with you right now, I will be here. And I want to talk to my people out there that's listening to the chat and listening to me on the phone right now. This coronavirus 19 is nothing to play with. Please, and I beg you guys, please be safe out there. Practice wisdom. Practice social distancing if you can. Wash your hands. Do whatever it takes for you to be safe. If you're not feeling if you're feeling the symptoms, do as they tell you to do. We've lost too many lives out there that didn't have to be. I want to be able to say to my people one day that all of us can meet up one day, be able to have fun, be able to talk amongst one another, have a good time, show love to one another.
My man.
But with this thing right here that's going on, it's not going away soon.
My man.
Do not take this lightly and do not take this for granted.
My man.
DJ C Smooth the House Lord loves each and every one of you that's out there. But I want you to be safe and I want y'all to practice wisdom.
My man.
For the story that we're talking about right now,
my man.
Always remember, just like the lady that was called, the caller, I don't remember her name.
Precious.
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 Okay, good. Sorry, Precious, I didn't know who your name was, but now I know. Just like Precious said, if you get stopped, do not hold court in the street. Do what you're told to do so that way you will still be alive and you will have your justice. But if we had practiced things the wrong way like we've seen in times past, we might end up having what we have today with a young man who lost his life that will not be able to grow up or be able to have a family, have kids, and even have a career.
My man.
So with that note, Chris, I love you, bro. I'm turning the floor over to you, and I drop the mic.
I appreciate that, my brother. Thanks a lot, bro. Thanks a lot, my man.
Appreciate you too, bro.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my co-host, DJ C Smooth, man. Been a while since I had that brother on the show. I'm glad he was able to come in and speak on that. And what he said at the end was very, very powerful. Very powerful. Amen. Amen. That's why I miss that brother. I love that brother. I'm gonna love that brother. Arbery, how you doing, dear? Good evening. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Y'all ready to hear some more callers? We got a couple of people on the back end on my stream yards. Soldier Girl, it says something about your device is not connected. You got to unmute your mic or something like that. I did see Donna back here, but what happened? Where you at? Donna, come on back on. Oh, there she go. Let's go. Anthony was on before you, Donna, so I'm going to let Anthony on. Let him speak real quick, and then I'll bring you in, dear. Anthony, what's going on? Talk to me. Unmute yourself. Talk to me. Yeah, we hear you, brother. What's going on? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing fine. How about
how
you,
doing?
Man? I'm glad to have you back on again, man. Talk to me. You say you had a similar story that happened to you, so talk to us.
Definitely.
You say you had a similar story. Talk to me.
Yeah, I do. So, someone that I know, and who unfortunately I'm having issues with right now. But anywho, someone that I know. There was a story that I read like almost 2 years ago of this teenager in Ohio who passed, and it was a freak accident on the back of his car or of his minivan that he was driving one day, and I was talking about it to someone one day, and he was saying that. He said something like, well, I mean, you don't know everything about this kid. He could have been a bully to other kids. And I'm like,
okay.
And my whole thing was like, I don't see that, because if you look him, well, I don't know about you, but if you look him up and and all you got to search is Kyle Plush, that's his name. That's all you guys got to search, and you'll find a whole bunch of stuff about him. On the internet and everything.
Bad or good?
Well, it's basically like
combination of both.
Well, it's not a news article about what happened, but I was reading. I think his family set up a Facebook page, and I was reading once that actually 2 months before he passed, he pitched with friends to make a modification to the Apple Watch so that if someone was in distress first responders can get that information. The Apple Watch will send it to the operators, and that way they can prioritize life-threatening situations. And he was helping out the elderly. He was even helping younger kids learn to read. I mean, I was like, wow, pretty nice kid, it seemed,
So pretty much what you're saying is he had good credentials, but people are trying to make him out to be, I guess, a bad person or something.
Well, this one guy, this one guy that I'm close with, kind of, because unfortunately him and I have had issues lately and everything. So, But anywho, one guy that I know was trying to suggest to me that he might have been a bully to other kids, and I was trying to tell him, I was like, well, dude, even if he was, which I don't see it in him. Matter of fact, well, let me just say, because actually he tried to call the police twice, and on one of his calls he asked an operator to let his mom know he loved her. And I was like, wow, and I was like, all the positives I read about this kid, I just don't see him as a bully. And matter of fact, I paid tribute to him recently. I did a tribute video that I can actually send to you if you want me to send it to you. I can try to send it to you.
I'll take a look at it. So you're saying he's dead now?
Unfortunately, yeah. Sadly.
What happened to him?
So what happened was he was supposed to be going to a tennis match. This in April 10th, but I didn't know about it until July 12th. That's when I learned of it. First of all, I had no clue whatsoever about it before then. So anywho, so he was trying to grab his tennis equipment from the backseat of his minivan. It was a 2004 Honda Odyssey, and the seat somehow flipped over. When he was reaching back over it, it flipped over and it took his weight with it. It pinned him down there. So now the poor kid is stuck. But his body is being crushed. His arms are pinned. But guess what? He knew how to use his iPhone. He knew he could use Hey Siri to call the police. I don't even think I would have thought of that. I don't even think I would have thought of that in that situation.
Well,
that just goes to show you. Well, especially in a life-threatening situation where you're not thinking you're clearest, Okay.
Well, a lot of these phones, that's why they call them smartphones, because they can do a lot of shit that we don't think they can do. They probably recording a lot of shit that we don't need them to record. And that's probably how a lot of us get in trouble, because that's why they call smartphones. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So well, here's the thing. Let me say this about it. You said what a person didn't look like. In this era, I don't know if it's a good thing to judge a book by its cover, but so we can look at people and say that, they look one way and we don't believe they did this, they did that, because we got a lot of stories like that we look at somebody and be like, man,
I'm not trying to judge this guy.
He look like he heard a fly, but shit, behind closed door, they could be a devil in disguise. So
I'm not trying to judge this guy. I'm not trying to judge him. Not at all, but I don't know. It's just something about his suggestion seemed wrong to me. It might just be me. And you never know. But I don't see it, man. He was only 16, and he was only 16. It just, I just don't see him, man. Like I said, it might just be me, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, brother, I'm glad that you called in, man. I got somebody else on here waiting to talk to, man. But hey, whenever I open the lines, you're more than welcome to call in, brother.
Thanks, bud.
Hey,
Appreciate it.
No problem. All
right.
That's my
love you, man.
Hey, love you too, brother. That's my man, Anthony Banks in the chat room, people. So that's him coming in and speak on, a person that he saw. Man, this word is crazy, period. I just said this word is crazy. All right, guys, so we got Donna Jackson in here, who was in the chat room just earlier, and She worked with the school system. We finna talk about the school system for a little bit. Then we're gonna get on with the show. What's going on, Ladybug? What's going on?
Hello.
How you doing? Say hello to the people.
I'm fine.
Say hello to the people.
How are you?
Well, I'm the only one who can see
Hello,
you. I'm the only one who can
people.
see you, so I don't know if you want yourself to be seen, but I'm the only one that can see you. But go ahead. Talk to me. So about the school thing. Tell me about the school thing, what you heard Precious say. What's going on with this? And they sending people back to school, and how much of a detriment, if I said that right, you think it's going to be? Do you think they're letting them back too early in the next school year, or what's going on? Talk to me.
Okay, so
Y'all let me know y'all can
I
hear.
work for the Head Start. Okay, so I work for the Head Start division.
Okay.
And we got an email yesterday that we will start July 6th. The kids will go back July 6th.
Okay.
And that is for all of Head Start. And so in my county, I'll say this. It's spreading fast in my county.
Mm-hmm.
So the daycares are opened up here and everything. It's already in the daycare systems here. And for me, speaking personally from a teacher's perspective and a parent's perspective, I think that it's too soon for us to be talking about opening it up for the kids to be coming back.
Okay.
Because if this coronavirus is already breaking into another virus that's affecting the children, the smaller children, then you're looking at subjecting small children to an atmosphere where it could cause another breakout.
True that. Let me ask you this. So you say Head Start. What does it start from? What to what?
Okay, so for Head Start, that can start from the age of 2 months, because that can mean early that can mean early Head Start all the way to 5 years old.
And you know, these little 2 years old, their immune system ain't strong yet. So you own something on that one. Ooh. Here's the thing, I'd be more concerned about them. You know, because their bodies can't fight out stuff like that like ours can. But go ahead, talk to me.
Right, and then they're wanting us to dress up the bodysuits. They want us to put on the headgear, the suits, and everything. They want us to practice social distancing with these children. That means with small children as well. So that means we'll have to, you know how you're having to teach children to share and everything.
Yeah.
That means we'll have to reprogram these children. So we have to reprogram our teaching. We can't teach them to share. We can't teach friendships anymore.
Because of the social distancing.
Practice. Yeah, it's a conflict of interest because when we used to teach about friendships and sharing and getting along with one another, now you're having to teach them to, don't get so close to Johnny. Don't get so close to Susie. Oh, that toy right there, you cannot touch because little Zay just had that toy. Regardless of if he just picked it up or if he just touched it. So now this is going to be a whole new world. And it's not only going to be a problem for the children, it's going to be a problem for the teachers as well. So that means you're going to have more teachers wanting to quit. Because if their hearts weren't in it already, who's going to want to go back to that kind of work environment?
And on top of that, y'all going to have to modify the building too so they can keep a distance, right? Now, how they going to go about doing that? Oh, okay, let me ask you this. I mean, is this already in place or this what they talking about?
This is what they're talking about. So as soon as we go back, this will be in place for us. So that means that, the parents, there's no more parent involvement. The parents cannot come back into the building.
What? So wait. Shit. So when it's time for them, go ahead. Oh God. Damn.
Okay, when this first broke out, the last week of school, the parents could not come into the building. They had to drop their children off at the door.
Mm-hmm.
That was already hectic enough. Now you're talking about prolonging this. So if a parent needs to talk to a teacher, that means via telephone. That's sometimes. Because sometimes that's where the conflict came in at. Because if the teacher didn't get that phone call and the parent didn't get that phone call, then you're going to have a pissed off parent because that parent couldn't get to their teacher. Mm-hmm. So then once that teacher gets to that parent and that parent is pissed off, so you done pissed off this teacher because this teacher didn't know that parent done called.
You know, I'm listening to how you say they can't come into the business. It's almost like y'all finna treat these kids like they in jail. You got to send them out to jailhouse just to be with their folks because that's how they do people in jail. You send them out and they be out there waiting, and that's how you go. Man, that's a lot of shit right there. Damn.
Yes.
And
so you're sending a child, and the teacher don't take the child out. The teacher don't take the child out to the parent. The teacher has to take the child to a supervisor or to a family advocate, somebody that the child doesn't know. So then that child has to stay with that for so long period of time, and then that parent's already ticked off because that parent can't come and pick up the child. So that relationship, that teacher-parent relationship is cut off now. It's very twisted. Me as a teacher, I'm pissed off about it. I'm very pissed off because I always had a relationship with all my families.
Right.
Now it's cut off. It's just basically cut to text messaging or phone calls. I don't like that.
Yeah. How you explain it to me? Y'all treat them like they in a mini penitentiary or something. That's what it sounds like. I mean, I get it. People try to take precautions so the kids won't get sick. I get that, but Jesus Christ, though, this is a little bit too much. If y'all gonna do all that, then y'all might well keep the children at home.
And that's where I think some of our attendants will go at, because if a parent gets mad, the parents don't trust the office. They trust the parent. They trust the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the trust comes in at.
Okay.
Which we understood that.
Right.
And the office understood that. The office only came in when necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were times where we had to tell the office to stay out of the way so we could mend that relationship where the officer interfered at.
Mm.
Now you're taking that.
Now here goes a big question. Let me ask you. So when it comes time for them to eat lunch, how the hell you supposed to do that? You know, some kids can't sit down and eat lunch. You know, when they run their little friends, you know, sometimes they get jittery and move a lot. So how the hell y'all gonna do that?
They have to be 6 feet apart. Our tables are not equipped for that. Our classroom is not big enough for that. I see as lunch running at least an hour to 2 hours. That means you're gonna have some crying kids. Lunch is gonna be just mess the hell up. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
And on top of that, do y'all have nap time?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Whoa.
So I don't understand. I don't understand how this is gonna flow. I don't. It's not gonna flow well. It's not, because we have these tables where they sit maybe a foot apart from each other. Mm-hmm. So that means we can only have 2 kids at that table at a time.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
So then those 2 kids, those other, I have 8 in my classroom. So those other 6
Thanks, Percolator.
kids,
Thank you. Go ahead.
Those other 6 kids is going to be sitting there crying because they can't sit at that table yet.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Well.
So when other 6 kids, they're going to have to wait. You know how long a process that's going to be.
Right.
They're not thinking this through, but it's more about the money.
Well, I would say this. I'll say it right here. Right now, you say they talking about it. Hopefully, down the road, all this you told me, they'll have a change of scenery. Because again, if they gonna do it like that, then there's no point in the kids coming there. Because they're gonna be in mini penitentiary. That's all it's gonna be. I mean, again, I want them to be safe. We all want them to be safe. But man, that's gonna be a little bit too much, and I don't see how they're gonna pull that off. And I don't even work in no Head Start. I don't see how they're gonna pull that off.
I don't either.
Wow.
I really don't.
Well, dear, I'm glad you came and shared that, and I'm glad Precious brought that up, because that's motherfucking ridiculous. Wow. And shout out to your daughter, class of 2020. Congratulations to her. Guys, she just had a daughter that graduated. Congratulations to her. Congratulations to her. All right. Dear, thank you so much for taking the time and spread some of the info for me. We probably need to have a show strictly talking about that right there, because the kids are our future, and we want better than what we had. Not saying what we had is bad, but we need still build a better era than what we got going on today. So we may need to do a show strictly talking about this in the school system. But in that, dear, thank you so much. And hopefully you go back in the chat room and let everybody know it was you. All right?
All right.
All right. That was Donna, y'all. That was Donna in the chat room. Wow, that's a motherfucking ridiculous. Jesus Christ. That's ridiculous. Wow. Soldier Girl, if you still in the chat room, let me know, and I'll send you a number for you to call if you still want to speak your piece or something. And Jen, I emailed you back. The link is in your email. I emailed you back, so I'll be waiting on you as well. All right. But in the meantime, guys, let me ask y'all a question. So we heard what his lawyer said. We heard what his lawyer said. And again, he's the lawyer, so I guess he's supposed to be concerned about his client. How do y'all feel when he said, my client's going to lose his car, he's going to lose his house, if he doesn't get, not pardon, but what's that word I'm looking for, bail. If he doesn't get bail, it says you connected. Hold on, let me see. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all? I don't see you, Jen. I don't see you. Because you would be hearing me, but I see you on my screen right here, but I don't see you. I don't see you at all. Click it again, see what happens. Aisha said, look at it, Shelby County School press conference. Ain't nowhere. Send me the conference, Aisha. As a matter of fact, you come on this link too and talk. Yeah, Jen, I don't see you. I don't see, try to click it again and see what it does. Because you're supposed to be in the back by here and I'm supposed to see you. But I don't see you. And if that doesn't work, I'll give you a number to call in. Amen. But again, what do y'all think about that? He said, and yeah, we're going to have a show strictly talk about the school system, because that's fucked up. I'm going to have a show strictly talk about the school system. Because I'm an 80s baby, and we didn't have to worry about none of that stuff. You know, the most we ever done, they even came close to that, was fire drills and tornado drills. That's it. But then again, we didn't have no pandemic back then called, well, I can't say the word or I'm getting flagged. You know, we didn't have to worry about that back then. But we're in a whole different era now. So yes, I think I'm gonna have a show strictly speaking on the school system. I have some of you dads and your moms call in and talk about the shit that y'all go through dealing with these school systems now, and how are they opening schools back too early? Are they giving y'all the proper equipment to deal with these children? Are you going to be satisfied or cool with how they're going to do it? Because again, the way that woman just told us, that's a mini penitentiary for children. And the parents can't come in. God damn. Yeah, that. All right, guys. Jen is on the line. Let's hear what Jen got to say. What's going on, Jen? How you doing? Talk to me.
Hello, y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you well. Go now. Well, I had to unmute you, so we hear you now. Go ahead, talk to me. Talk to me.
Okay, good. Okay, so I mean, there's a whole bunch of things I could say about this case, but there's just one particular thing that I wanted to read to some people, whoever wants to hear it.
Okay.
I came across something because there's these videos out of Ahmaud whenever he was getting arrested for shoplifting, and the other time when he seen the police in the park.
Mm-hmm.
And so much saying all these things that he's a bad person. Well, I came across this just one little thing from somebody that's about what a good person he is.
Okay. And
the first thing I had seen was this screenshot that was shared from this girl named Lee Helms that was shared into one group, and then somebody screenshotted it, shared it into another group.
Okay.
And that's what I want to read off. Okay.
Go ahead. Take your time.
It says, Ahmaud saved my life. A white girl he didn't know from Adam at the time. He didn't even flinch. Glenn County officials keep brushing it off, saying it does nothing for his character. But this man saved my life. He didn't even know me at the time. He fireman carried my ass to the ambulance as fast as he could. After that, Ahmaud continuously checked up on me. Even after he graduated, I still get messages every now and then. Checking up on you. How's your seizures? Do you need anything? That's the kind of person Ahmaud was. I want this to be known to everyone. Ahmad Arbery saved my life.
Oh, amen.
So that's what was in that screenshot, and then I have a little bit more too.
Well, go ahead.
So I went from that, and I looked at that girl's Facebook page to see if she had said anything else that was interesting, and I came across a post that she had posted directly on her page. So I want to read that off too, because it gives a bit more information about that situation and exactly what had happened.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this post says, I've kept my mouth quiet, but this needs to be said. My freshman year of high school, my epilepsy was not under control. I had a seizure in health class. Who came to my rescue? Maud. Who carried my big butt? Maud. Who checked on me every time he saw me? Maud. If he saw you feeling down, Maud would just give you one of his famous smiles and tell you everything is going to be okay. Maud was my rescuer. Now it's my turn. Anyone who tries to degrade his character, just know this. He didn't deserve any of it at all in the least bit. Maud was my hero. Nothing anyone can do or say will ever make me think differently of him. No matter what happened, Maud was hunted down. People are coming out of the woodwork saying he was a thief. Okay, whatever, think what you want, but I knew him. I love you, Maud. I feel your smile shining down every day. Thank you for always being there for me, bringing me laughs and joy. Rest easy, my hero. I run with Maud forever. And then it says, additionally, I truly believe Maud wouldn't want us out here marching through neighborhoods with guns and threatening violence on those who are family to those psychopaths. I believe Maud would certainly agree.
Let me ask you a question, and maybe just me. Now, the first one that you read, it sounded believable. The second one, nice words, but it almost sounded like it was made up. I don't know. I feel like that was made up, but other than that, those strong words, nice words, but for something about that second one, I just feel like it was made up. I feel like it was made up. Plus, okay, you got one person who has seizures, and now you just run into somebody else to have a epilepsy. Not saying it's impossible.
No, it's the same person. It's the same person.
Oh,
it's two
okay.
From the same person.
I take that back.
There was one post that I had seen where she had shared it in a group, and then somebody had shared it out from there, and then I went to her page and found the other post. So it's the same person, just two different times that she's explaining about the same event.
Gotcha.
Hopefully it's not made up. I mean, it could be a random person that's just making shit up. I can't know for sure if she went to high school with him.
You just never know. Just that second one, I thought you said it from a different person. Sound kind of made up to me.
No.
Nevertheless, we wasn't there, so we can't say. I can't say. You know, it just sounded like that to me. This person may be really sad about it, and I guess trying to help his character. You know how some people do. You know, they try to help out the scenery. You know, about making up stuff, and whatnot. But I wasn't there, so I can't say. It just sounded like it to me. But other than that, though, if he did do that, hey, kudos to the young brother. You know, and that's why I say, even though these videos coming up, yeah, he did some fuck shit, maybe. But does that mean he could not clean up his act? And we don't know how young he was when he did them videos. But we know he acted fool, though. And one of them, he acted fucking fool. But still, though, we all done some dumb shit. Hell, me, I booked up my mom once. I was a damn fool. I never really did it again. So, you know, I did some fuck shit. You know, I booked up at my mom. You know, so, I mean, we all can be in a place where we can clean up our act. You know, so I'm glad that you came on and shared that with me. You got anything else you want to share with us? And y'all who want to talk, this is Jen. The one that's in the chat room with y'all. This is Jen.
Hi, everybody.
You got anything else you want to share?
No, I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, I sure appreciate you.
Thank you.
Now, I kept asking you about the affidavit about him being arrested. Did you find that for me? Because you good with
I don't know how to get. I know I have seen it. I don't know if I could find it again. It doesn't really say anything extraordinary or insightful to anything. It just says he did this and basically what his charge is, which is that he helped them.
Got you.
It's a lot like the one that I had sent you for the McMichaels, how it's just real simple in one line. No.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you what. Let me ask you this before you go. How do you feel? How you feel about this attorney press conference? How you feel about that?
Angry. That attorney is ridiculous.
Oh, you dropped off. You dropped off. You can jump back in. If you still got the link, you fell off. Somebody said, Chris, you showed a damn fool. Yeah, I did. K Money, what's going on, dear? How you doing? Good evening. All these good phone calls coming in. Is Donna back in the chat room? I don't see her. Hey, Precious, man, she bucked me down. I bucked up. She bucked down. She bucked my ass down. Yes, man. Amen. These some good calls y'all doing, y'all. These some good hop-ons y'all doing. And again, Soldier Girl, if you still in there, let me know. I will email you a number to call me if you want to say something. I email you a number to call. And Jen is back. And anybody who want to donate, Darpaw's still in there. I'm sure she putting things. Okay, you fell off again, dear. Darpaw's putting in my donate links up in there. This has been a good show, y'all. I love when y'all call in. You know, again, it helps me learn more about stories and stuff that I'm talking about. And it helps me to bounce off of some of y'all, because some of y'all be having information that I don't know anything about. You know? So I'm gonna give a couple more minutes and see if Jen gonna jump back on, because I want to see how she feel about this man conference. Anybody else want to talk about it, you more than welcome to jump on and talk about his conference. As a matter of fact, y'all want me to play him again? Jen, if you want to, I give you a number to call. Y'all want to hear this asshole again? Yeah, y'all want to hear this asshole again? Or do y'all want to move away from him? Y'all let me know. I used to say, no. Fuck him. All right, let's move right on. Okay. Now, for people who didn't hear the attorney speak, I'll play it again later on. All right, guys, the next thing I'm going to play for y'all is the GBI. The GBI had a press conference talking about this man arrest. And let's see what Vic got to say in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, the GBI.
To some breaking news. Right now, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is providing an update on the death of Ahmad Arbery. Last night, the GBI arrested William Roddie Bryan Jr. He's now the third suspect in this case. Bryan, the man who filmed Arbery's death, and the two other suspects are now all charged with murder. Well, we go now to the GBI headquarters in Decatur for a live update on the case.
The arrest of William Bryan in Glenn County, Georgia. He was charged with the offenses of felony murder and criminal attempt to commit the felony offense of false imprisonment. The defendant was arrested around 5:35 yesterday evening in Glenn County without incident, was turned over to the Glenn County Sheriff's Department, and was booked into that local jail. I just wanted to take a moment this morning and to thank some of our partners in this case who have assisted us to this point of the investigation. Of course, the Glenn County Sheriff's Department for their assistance yesterday, along with the Georgia State Patrol and the FBI. I also want to take a moment on behalf of the Bureau to thank the Cobb District Attorney's Office and Ms. Holmes to my left for their involvement and assistance throughout the course of this investigation once they became involved. I want to take a moment as well on a little bit more of a personal note and thank the Arbery family for their patience, and thank the City of Brunswick and Glenn County and the state of Georgia and the citizens here for their patience as well. As most of you will recall who've been following this case, the GBI was requested to become involved. I think today's our 16th day of the investigation. When we first became involved, we respectfully requested the citizens of Brunswick, Glenn County, and the state of Georgia, and to some extent this country, to grant us some patience to allow us to conduct the investigation. That's been done, and I want to tell you on behalf of this Bureau, we sincerely appreciate that. It wasn't an easy thing to ask. When we became involved, we knew the case was already over 2 months old. It was not that way to this Bureau because May 6th was our first day of hitting the ground running, investigating the case.
Now, hear what he just said. They knew the case was 2 months old. So again, it leads to question what they asked them in the first one. Did y'all sit back and wait in the nest for something critical to come out, and then y'all jumped out? All right? Because y'all remember, the guy asked them. 10 weeks. Nobody heard or seen them from the GBI. So was it the video that came out that made the GBI come out?
But we certainly realized it was a case that had been around a while. It was a case that has generated a great deal of emotion and passion, and we respect that. And so I cannot begin to tell you from the bottom of our heart as an agency how much we appreciate the city, the county, the state, and to some extent this country granting this agency the ability and the patience to do our job. Also, if you will indulge me just a moment, I want to thank the agents of the GBI for their disciplined, methodical approach in this case. I'm very proud of the agents who've worked virtually non-stop since the morning of May 6th in conducting this investigation. As I said a moment ago, this is our 16th day of conducting the investigation. I'm very proud of the agents who I work with day in and day out. As I told you back when I stood before you 2 weeks ago today, we intended on turning over every stone in this case. The agents have done that, and I'm very, very proud of the work they're doing, and I appreciate them. Procedurally, what will happen at this point, we have a few more things to do in the course of the investigation. I'm not sure how long it will take us to do those, but it should be a relatively short period of time. Once we do that and we have the investigation buttoned down, we will turn that file over to Ms. Holmes and her staff. I'll let her speak in a moment procedurally what would be the next step for them. After she gets through speaking, I'll certainly make myself available to answer questions. I do want to give you a general reminder that this is an active, ongoing murder investigation. I cannot and will not speak factually about the case. I can't. This case eventually is going to be tried in a court of law. It cannot be tried out here in the open. It has to be tried in the sterile environment of a courtroom, and so I respect that and appreciate that. Questions about procedure, process, things of that nature, I will do everything I can to answer those questions, but I did want to just give you that reminder that I'm restricted from addressing the facts of the case. Those will come out in a court of law. So again, thank you for your time this morning. I'll have Ms. Holmes speak, and then I'll make myself available for any questions. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Joyette Holmes, the District Attorney for the Cobb Judicial Circuit. Our office will be handling the prosecution of the case against those who are charged in the murder of Ahmad Arbery. We have been grateful for the confidence that the Attorney General, Chris Carr, has put in our office to handle this case. As we've said before in our previous statements, that we are going to make sure that we find justice in this case. We know that we have a broken family and a broken community down in Brunswick.
Right, Pam.
Now, I do ask, I know that there are a lot of people who have questions about next steps, about the facts, about where we go from here. But we...
All right, let me say this right here. Anybody who having problems seeing the chat, try this first. Go out and come back in. And if you're not seeing all the comments, click up there where it say top comment at and hit live comments, because I had that same problem too, because when I watch the replays, a lot of y'all be coming in here that I don't even see in the chat room. It'll show on my screen, but it won't show in the chat room. And that's how I miss a lot of y'all. So go out, come back in, and instead of top chat, click the top chat and put on live chat, and you pretty much should see everything. Unless somebody got you blocked, then you won't see that.
We ask that you allow us to try those things in the courtroom for the sanctity of this case, and just making sure that we are able to do what we as prosecutors are called to do as ministers of justice. The GBI has been great in the 10 days that our office has been assigned to this case, in letting us have input and have discussions about where this case moves. They have been a wonderful partner to us in doing that. The Arbery family has certainly been grateful for the interest in this case, but again, as questions continue to come up, we prefer that we handle those in the courtrooms and in those next steps. I thank you so much. I have today with me my Chief Investigator, Charles Prescott, to my left, your right, as well as the Deputy Chief Investigator, Richard Randolph, and they have been working with the agents in the Georgia Bureau of Investigations to get to this point. So thank you again. I appreciate the opportunity, Director Reynolds, to be here this morning to address some of those, and just to let everyone know that the confidence that I have in the office of the District Attorney in Cobb County and the team that we have assembled to prosecute this case. Thank you.
We'll try our best to address some questions. If you have, I know you have a few this morning. If you'll allow me, I'll just start over here and work my way left to right. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, shit.
Armed at the time of the incident? Yeah, again, I'm not going to speak about the facts of the case. I think the warrants speak for themselves as to what we believe happened and what he was charged. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just not comfortable speaking on that. Yes, ma'am.
What's the status of the investigation into the prosecution?
The question is what the status is regarding the investigation that we've been asked to do about potential prosecutorial misconduct. As you recall, we were asked by the Attorney General's office to conduct a separate and distinct investigation into that. The Bureau is doing that. I don't have a timeline on that, but I do anticipate it's not going to take us much longer to finish it. Once that's completed, what will procedurally happen is we will turn that file over to the Attorney General's office. They will be the deciding agency or entity in what, if anything, happens in that regard. Our agents, a separate team of agents, are conducting that investigation. And again, I don't have a definitive timeline, but I am comfortable in telling you that I don't anticipate it will be much longer until we're through with that one as well. Yes, Dave.
Are you able to tell us what was the last straw that made you make this third arrest?
You know, I don't know if there was a proverbial last straw. I will tell you that in the conducting an investigation, what I would ask folks to remember is that we don't go into a situation of this nature investigating a person or...
Hey, thanks for the donation. I just seen it come across my screen. Thanks for the donation. Somebody just hit the Cash App. Again, if you want to donate, let me know. I'll put the links if, I don't know if Dar Paul's in there or whatnot, but I'll put the links in there if you want to donate or whatnot. And I just got a donation. Thank you so much.
Persons, we go in investigating a set of facts, and once we start turning stones over, sometimes there's one or two stones underneath there that need to be turned over. And once we reached a point, and it was probably sometime Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, when we began speaking with our folks there, that we'd reached the point in conjunction with the Cobb District Attorney's Office that we were convinced probable cause existed to make those charges. We proceeded to do that yesterday. It wasn't a proverbial last a moment of epiphany or anything of that nature. It was just an accumulation of various things that were there and various things we discovered over the last 16 days. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Bryan continuously said he was nothing more than a witness and did not know the McMichaels. Were you all able to determine that Mr. Bryan did know the McMichaels through any set of text or conversations? Can you speak to how you determine those relationships?
I will say this, again, not to speak on the facts. They'll come out in a court of law, but I can tell you that if we believed he was a witness, we wouldn't have arrested him.
Throw us a bone, man.
You know, so there's probable cause, and we're comfortable with that. Yes, sir.
Mr. Bryan, has he provided any additional footage from that cell phone? In other words, which are more than the 36 seconds that the public has?
We have accumulated a number of pieces of video in the case. I'm not going to speak specifically about what we took from him, but eventually that will come out in a court of law. But suffice it to say, there are a number of pieces of video that helped us get to this point. Yes, sir.
Whoa. Whoa. Numbers of pieces of video. Wonder what he mean by that. All right, Chris and Chad, I have to get back to work now, but it was an honor being here. Hey, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it.
Reports that Bryan was using his truck to block.
I won't speak to that specifically. I would refer you to the warrant, particularly on the one on false imprisonment. I think it speaks for itself. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask if you could elaborate more on the reported Facebook posts of neighbors in the community saying that they were going to be looking out to potentially send a message to people coming into
What link, Nisi? What link you looking for?
I'm not comfortable speaking of that now. I will tell you that we've looked.
Hey, he ain't just really ducking and dodging like he did the first one, though. I fuck with Vic, though. I fuck with him.
Have looked over a ton of social media posts, and the majority of those will be made part of this file, which will be turned over to the district attorney's office in any investigation, particularly one of this.
Right, man. That's my boy. I fuck with Vic, though. I fuck with him.
Nature where we've charged 3 people. There's a great accumulation of pieces of evidence that eventually go into the deciding factors.
Hey, Veronica,
again, I'm not being flippant or being disrespectful to your question. I don't want to get any more into it than that. Yes, ma'am.
At this point, do you think that you won't be making any further arrests for murder?
At this point, I don't anticipate that. I will tell you that, as I said a moment ago, we're finishing up the investigation into the murder. Again, there's no timeline. I don't anticipate us doing much more into the case before we button it up and give it to the district attorney's office. But I will tell you this, as I said back on 2 weeks ago today in Brunswick, that we go wherever the facts take us. And you know, if the facts took us in another direction or to another person, we would go there. Right now, I do not anticipate that happening.
Right, dumb, man. Shit, throw us a bone, man. Damn. Say something. Give us a hint or something. Shit.
I was going to ask you about Mr. Bryan.
And Auntie Nisi, you said put a link. What link you looking for?
The first person that contacted police about the shooting.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to answer that question yet. I will tell you that.
God damn it, Vic. Come on,
that
Vic.
His, I think the warrants again indicate what we believe and are confident his involvement was, as far as when he may have contacted the police or if he was the one who contacted the police. I'm sure the Cobb DA's office will introduce that in evidence at the appropriate time.
No,
yes,
sir.
I was wondering if you can put on your former prosecutor hat on for a moment and put in perspective for folks. We know that Bryan did not pull the trigger, so why would someone like him in these circumstances be charged with murder?
Well, I certainly think that's a fair question. I understand people's
what's that all about?
Concern or curiosity about that, but
Dom said if he was a good guy, then what is it this then call a fuck you? I don't know, Dom. Maybe I think you heard something wrong. What's that all about? Yeah, what was that all about?
Again, I would point you to what the warrants indicate. Felony murder is a crime in Georgia where if you are committing a felony crime and that crime ends up in the death of another human being, then that's a felony murder. And so, as the warrants indicated, he's charged with an underlying felony. He's also charged with felony murder. So we believe the evidence would indicate that his underlying felony helped cause the death of Ahmad Arbery. It'll be the Cobb District Attorney's job, their responsibility, which they take on to prove that in a court of law. But they've been involved with us in the decision making of this particular arrest. I think they're as confident as we are. They'll be able to prove that up in the court of law when that day comes. Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Reynolds, thank you. There was a text message that was sent from a police officer to a property owner, essentially urging him to contact Mr. McMichael if there were concerns about trespassers on his property. Is that police officer or are any police officers under investigation?
You know, I don't want to speak on that directly. I will tell you that things that are relevant to this murder case we've looked at and are continuing to look at, if they're relevant to the murder case. What I would ask people to remember is that sometimes...
Well, I saw that, Aisha, but call her fuck you, something like that. She said, well, I'm trying to find out what's that all about.
Sometimes things happen in a case where perhaps acts are foolish, where perhaps acts are something that societally speaking we frown upon. Doesn't mean they're criminal. You know, we have to be able to differentiate, as my father often told me, differences in criminal acts and difference between acts of people who have their head stuck up their rear end. And so there's a difference. And so, and to answer your question, if the investigation leads to other folks, you know, those charges will be filed. If they don't, they won't.
And to be clear, are you ruling out any additional arrests in this case?
I'm not ruling that out, but I will tell you at this point, we feel confident that the individuals who needed to be charged have been charged. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, sir.
On the prosecutorial misconduct investigation, how much are you all coordinating with the Department of Justice? Is double the work being done, or are you all sharing?
Scott, are we working with them? Is that a fair statement? Yeah, we're working hand in hand in conjunction with them. The federal authorities have always been great partners with the GBI. They are in this particular case as well. I think it's suffice to say it's a single investigation being ran together. Now, ultimately, there may be different decisions made on a federal level and a state level, but right now we are working hand in hand with them. Yes, sir.
What would be the crime that the investigator would be prosecuting?
You know, if you will recall, what the request that came to the Bureau was to investigate whether or not there was any...
Oh, you talking about the story. Okay, then she was the one that told the story. Well, that story didn't come from her. That story came from somebody else. So why would you tell the caller, fuck you? You know we don't do that over here, Dom. I mean, you don't believe the story, then say fuck the story. But Jen wasn't the one that told the story. Somebody told that story, and she was just reading the story. Amen. She was reading somebody else's story. She wasn't the one that was telling the story.
Prosecutorial misconduct. Whether or not that leads to any
criminal
situation, Christian, I can't say at this point. I will tell you that the request was specific as to whether or not look at the conduct of the prosecutors involved on the front end of this case. We are doing that. We're interviewing individuals. We're putting that file together, and it'll be turned over to Chris Carr's office in the Attorney General.
Question for Ms. Holmes.
Yes. Ready to go.
Ms. Holmes, are you considering a request for venue change for this trial?
So it's a little early in the process to discuss the venue change.
Wait a minute. Neighbor Nisa, you put in to request $2. You didn't donate $2. You requested. You requested $2. You didn't ask to put it in. You requested it. You requested it. You requested $2. You didn't put in $2. You requested it.
Change. I anticipate that will come up, that motions will be filed to that effect. And when it happens, we'll go through the process of getting that done or not.
I also have a question for you, if you could. Have you spoken to the Arbery family in this process, and what are you saying to them to reassure them that this case will be tried fairly?
I have spoken to the family. We started those conversations on the day that our office was appointed to handle this case. We've continued those conversations along with our team. They know and are aware that we have victim advocates in our office that are assigned specifically to their family to help them through the process so that they understand step by step what we are going to be doing. And so most of our conversations have been about that. A request also to help us to get to know Ahmad. So as we go through this process, we can make sure that as the facts and the law come together, that we're doing the right thing by the case.
When is the bond hearing and preliminary hearing going to be for the McMichaels?
None have been scheduled as of yet. I do anticipate that counsel for each of the defendants in this case, that they will file a request for that.
Are there concerns that because of the allegations of or questions about prosecutorial misconduct, that it might interfere or undermine your prosecution of the case? And what are you trying to do to limit that?
So our office is focused on the prosecution of the case and where the facts and the law lead us to make that prosecution. We understand that there are going to be those distractions because people want to add narratives to the case that don't involve the prosecution, but we're doing the right thing by what we do. Our prosecutorial code of conduct requires that we be ministers of justice and seek that and only that in cases. So while it may be a distraction and people are talking about those things, we're not making that our priority, our primary focus.
Can you talk about the transfer of evidence and investigative work to your office? How has that process been, especially since there are allegations of cover-up and mismanagement of the case early on? Talk about that transition to your office.
Well, we've had complete confidence in the investigation that the GBI has done in this case. They have allowed us, certainly since we've been in the case, to talk through what that investigation has yielded thus far. But the discovery process and the full case file, that process is a little bit down the road.
Did you have to go back to square one, essentially, given that there were so many issues early on in Glenn County?
That's probably more of a question for the director, in that that investigation started 16 days ago, a little bit before our office was involved.
Following up on that just a little bit, can you talk about the role that your investigators will play in this? Will they be going back? Will they be gathering their own evidence, doing their own interviews?
Well, right now they've worked in great collaboration with the agents in the GBI who have been working this case. So right now we're going to continue that.
One more question, Taisha, and then we're going to wrap up.
Many people have said that they would like to see the two DAs that recused themselves come under investigation. If they were to, would that be your office?
No, it would not.
Can you recap the two assistants' names real quickly for me?
My chief investigator is Charles Prescott, and my deputy chief investigator is Richard Randolph. Thank you.
Could you talk about the search warrant that was served on the McMichaels home, and did that in any way play into the arrest of Mr. Bryan?
You know, I'm not going to speak on what we found in that.
Come on,
that's something, again, factually, it'll have to come out in a court of law. I do want to wrap up and say this, and then I'll let you all get to your business. On behalf of the Bureau, I can't begin to tell you how much we appreciate the interest in this case. I know there's been a great deal. I will tell you that there's been a lot of questions posed to us. There's been a lot of phone calls made to us, and we appreciate the community's involvement. The reality is we make our decision based on facts in a case. And I will stand before you today and tell you that's exactly what we've done in this case. The agents have made arrests based on facts in the case. I'm proud of the fact that they haven't made any arrests based on any type of pressure, any type of social media, any type of phone calls or anything of that nature, and I think that's exactly the way the system works. I hope in the end that our involvement in this case, the way we've handled the case, hopefully brings an air of credibility to the criminal justice system, particularly here in our state. I'm very proud of the agents. I'm proud to partner with Ms. Holmes. Thank you for your time this morning, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You just heard a news conference headed up by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation providing an update on the shooting death of Ahmad Arbery. The GBI explained the charges of the third suspect, that's William Roddie Bryan Jr. That's the man reportedly who filmed Arbery's final moments. Now, the third suspect's charges include felony murder. And during the news conference, the GBI explained how this suspect is accused of felony murder, even though he did not pull the trigger. The GBI says this is its 16th day of being involved with this case. And the director of the GBI says it hasn't been easy, but they are making strides. Again, 3 arrests now in this case. For a full breakdown of this case, you can find it on our website. That's WJCL.com. Also, look for the latest on this case coming up later today, live at 5 on WJCL 22 News. We return you back now to your original program.
All right, guys. You heard the GBI once again. Yet again, my boy Vic can't say shit. He ain't gonna talk about it right now. He ain't gonna say a damn thing. He won't even throw us the slightest bone. He won't even throw us the slightest bone to the goddamn case. Boy, I tell you the truth, that damn Vic. But I fuck with Vic though. I fuck with Vic. Damn Vic. So anyway, this is gonna be an interesting case. You know, I would like to see, just like somebody said, I would like to see what his lawyer gonna say. I would like to see that as well, because me personally, you know, not saying that he's a bad lawyer, but then again, I guess I'm kind of saying he is. The way he handles things, you know, I don't like it. I don't like it, but you know, he probably one of the lawyers that get a lot of the job done. But just going by the interview he did with CNN, that's just straight horrible. You know, so if you acting like that, man, then I'm just scared for Roddie. How you gonna represent him in the courthouse? You know, or better yet, should I even give a shit? or should I even give a shit? I don't know. I don't know. I got one more thing I want to play for y'all guys, and that will be the end of this show right here. Thanks for everybody in attendance. This was an awesome show. We had some awesome callers, had some awesome guests. And yes, I'm going to do that show about the school system. I'm going to do that. And Aisha, if you want to, I would like for you to host it with me. And if Donna want to, I want her to host it with me as well. And you mothers and you fathers, you know, hey, I would like y'all to come up and speak on the school system. I know it ain't just the mothers. We got a lot of fathers in these children's life too that dealing with this shit, with this school shit. And I want to know how you guys feel as well. But let's have a listen with this. The man who filmed Arbery's shooting charge, police wouldn't have arrested him if they believed he was a witness. Y'all, I did hear Vic say that, but let's hear it.
Moments of the 25-year-old's life is now under arrest. William Roddie Bryan charged with murder by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation after turning himself into authorities. Arbery's family saying they believe Bryan was partially responsible for Ahmad's death because he wasn't reacting to the scuffle or the gunshot. Bryan told ABC News earlier this month that he was cooperating with investigators, but he would not say why he was at the scene or why he even recorded the video, which set off a nationwide outrage. There is no evidence Arbery committed any crime.
My man Anthony Banks said,
when clouds appear,
he said he's in the school system. Yeah, bro. I'll bring you up. I'll bring you up if you want to get in on it. I'll bring you up. But I'm more so gonna be talking about the children. You know, I think y'all pretty much good, I guess, in a sense, unless it's something you want to share with me on how they doing y'all school system or whatnot. You know, but it's mainly talking about the children. You know, so anyway, that's it, guys. What do y'all think about that conference? What do y'all think about that GBI conference? You know, he wasn't ducking and bobbing and weaving like he was the first time, but you know, there's a lot of stuff he said he can't just talk about right now. You know, I'd be glad when he can talk about it. And then what really got me, we said pieces of video. So I'm wondering, is there more than one video out there? Or are they seeing more to the video than what we as the public is seeing? I'm curious about that. Very curious about that. You know? But at the end of the day, again, very tragic story. Wish it hadn't happened, but it happened. You can't take it back now. All right? Amen. And we did had a good stream. Everything hold up when I changed the internet. So good beans. Cool beans. But in that, guys, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Thanks to everybody, Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, I really enjoyed your channel, along with the chat. Also, your Mars are so professional. Your Mars are so professional. Wait, hold up. Boss just sent me something. Hold on. And again, thanks for the donations. That was pretty damn cool. Thanks for the donations. Okay, boss, I'll check that out when I get through this. I'll check it out. Thank you, dear. Thanks for the donation. One of y'all said something about you gonna donate, but I don't know if you was able to do it or not. Oh, so it is more video. Oh wow. Okay. Well, can't wait to see that. And just like Pam said, happy Memorial Day. If I don't come back tonight, happy Memorial Day to everybody. Please, like Brother Smooth said, everybody be careful. All right. Catch y'all next time. It's your man Chris Thorns, and I am out.